Good morning to everyone. Have you seen yourself in this situation? Anxious about your future? Or anxious about your speeches for the whole semester? Or have you been depressed about the challenging situation in your life, the problems that you have? Well, every one of us may experience anxiety and depression in one time or another. A simple definition of anxiety and depression is this. Anxiety is a reaction to situations perceived as stressful or dangerous. It is the definition given by the Anxiety and Depression Association of America. Well, depression is a common but it is a serious mood disorder according to the National Health Institute of Mental Health. Now, we want to see what is the real picture or the seriousness of anxiety and depression worldwide. Well, based on the World Health Organization, the number of people suffering from depression and anxiety worldwide increased by 50% between the year 1990 to 2013. So it means that from that period, there are 416 million people are depressed and anxious, and now it is about 615 million and more. So it is a serious problem worldwide, right? How about nationally, here in the United States? Anxiety disorder in the United States affects 40 million adults. And it was said by the CBS News that more Americans than ever before are stressed, depressed, and anxiety-ridden. So this is really a big problem for everyone. What are the causes of anxiety and depression? There are some causes. It can be overwork. Those people who are really busy and do a lot of things, their brain are so busy and their brain has been in too much of stress. So they are prone to anxiety and depression. And those who have substance abuse, like alcohol and drugs, these chemicals affect their brain, and the neurotransmitters and the chemicals within the brain became unbalanced. So they are also prone to anxiety and depression. What else? Most of us, in one time in our life, we have grief, we have trauma, we have stressful changes in our lives or sudden changes. It can be health conditions or it can be a poor self-image. When you look at the mirror and said, oh, why is it I'm so fat? Why is it that I have this bad hair day? But now, what is the modern day causes of anxiety? There are two. First is innovations happens faster. We discuss a lot about cell phones and the new technologies that we have, the gadgets that we have. Have you experienced that there's iPhone 6, 7, 8, and now it's 10? But then you said that I haven't learned about the applications and the features of this phone, then another phone will come. So we can be anxious about, oh, how can I do this thing, right? And sometimes there are a lot of things that is popping up in our cell phones, in our monitors, like update, new version, update the system. There's a new version, new application. So there's a lot of things going on in our modern day that causes a lot of anxiety, right? So what's the solution? There are many solutions that we can give about how to go on with anxiety and depression. But what I will share to you is the two solutions that I recently found out and discovered. And it is effective. So I am compassionate to share it with you. Do you know what it is? The first one is stop complaining. So we usually complain about everything, right? My friend shared with me a video of Terry Saville-Foy, and she's an inspirational speaker. And she has one topic, and it is entitled the one thing that delays your dream. Do you know what is the one thing that is delaying your dream? She said it is complaining. Do you remember the story of the Israelites from Egypt, and they have to go to the land of promise, Canaan? Do you know that it takes them 40 years going around the promised land? But it should be that they can be there by 11 days or less than 2 weeks. But what's the reason why they stay there? Because they keep on their rebellion and their unbelief. And one consistent thing that they showed rebellion to God is that they keep on complaining. They complaining about the water, the food, the weather, complaining about the leadership of Moses, and complaining about everything. And they forgot. They forgot the things that God had done for them for the past days and weeks and even years. So can it be that we are also in the same situation like the Israelites of old? Because we keep on complaining about the things that we don't have, or the weather, or anything that is bad that's going on in our lives. One speaker said that complaining means remaining. You cannot go on, you cannot achieve good things, you cannot achieve your dreams because your life is focused on the things that is negative and that keeps you on the same position over and over again and not progressing. So that is the first solution. And do you know what is the second solution? Guess what? Start each day with an attitude of gratitude. Have you been thankful? The practice of gratitude can have dramatic and lasting effect on a person's life, according to Robert Simons. He's a professor of psychology in the University of California. And the attitude of gratitude had a lot of advantage. It blocks toxic emotions like envy, resentment, regret. It decreases lifetime risk of depression and anxiety. It is a key resilience factor to prevent suicide. And it improves our immune system, and it facilitates an efficient sleep. So it focuses our mind on what an individual already has and not on something that is absent or is needed. So how are we going to cultivate that attitude of gratitude? First is write it down. Keep a gratitude journal. Do you know Oprah Winfrey? She said that one of the most important things that she have done in her life is to keep a journal of gratitude. It is effective, and I'm doing it now. And it is really good. You know, one time I said, thank you, Lord, for the weather, and thank you, Lord, for the sweater that I will be having, even though I haven't did. But suddenly my aunt said, oh, let's go shopping at Macy's, and she bought me a sweater. Amazing, right? Then express and talk about it. He said that we should all talk like we do at Oscar, accepting speeches, openly expressing our gratitude and love to God and to our fellow men. It is a good thing to say thanks. And then we meditated. God gave you a gift 86,400 seconds a day. Have you used to say, thank you, Lord? Thank you? Have we take time and have a break time to meditate on it? It is said that your ability to see the beauty and possibility is proportionate to the level at which you embrace gratitude. What you will have is based on how you believe and you've been thankful for. Remember the story of Jehoshaphat? They go on a battle to Moabites and Ammonites, but the first row is filled up with singers, right? They first praised God in everything, and then the enemies were so confused. Why is it they're celebrating and they're singing praises to God? And they kill each other, and they won the fight, right? We have to thank God for what He has done and what He is doing and for what He is going to do in our lives. We are suffering from a lot of battles. I don't know your situation right now, I have mine. We have a lot of concerns. We have a lot of things that makes us anxious, make us sad, and make us depressed, especially now that we're living in a country which is not ours, right? But like Jehoshaphat, we can win the battle because God is with us. And now that we have the two solutions, we said that we can fight any battles in our lives, our depression and anxiety, by not complaining and cultivating an attitude of gratitude. Now that you have learned about it, what is your response? I believe that it is now time we have to stop complaining and have an attitude of gratitude, for it will change our life for a good. Thank you very much.